Hello everyone. Today I'll be discussing a type of augmentative communication system, specifically PECS. Not only is there the PECS system, there's also manual sign language, speech generating devices, or graphic communication systems. The PECS system is the one that I typically use the most with my clients. That's why I am going to discuss it today. PECS system can be used for all ages, starting as young as 3 up through high school and adult years, depending on obviously the level of the client. It's good to serve clients who are nonverbal or have minimal spontaneous language and are still learning more complex language. I like the use of PECS system because my client can see it very well. It's portable. They can carry it around their system with them, and it's a great visual aid, especially for a lot of kids on the spectrum who really benefit from having visuals when they learn, especially with communication. So I'm going to demonstrate today how to use a PECS system. The one I use with my client is a little binder that she carries around. So I'll kind of demonstrate it in this way. She has a small field of 3 as she's still learning how to use the system correctly. There's 6 phases that you go through when you learn how to use a PECS system. The very first one is the actual physical exchange of the item when delivering of the picture. So she will hand me the picture, and then I will reinforce her. Let's say it's drink. I will immediately hand her a picture, an item that she requests. So a drink of some kind, either it be water or juice that she has packed. We haven't done those discriminations in the different kinds of drinks just yet. So that's the actual first step of the PECS system. Then you want to move on to the second step, which is a little bit more complicated because we're moving into the spontaneity portion of it, which is her actually expanding and using her own communication board independently instead of as me being the initiator. So the system, she pulls off the actual picture and she places it up here. This is an indication that this is what she wants, this little square box at the top. We're not quite at the point, which I will discuss in a few minutes, about what level this is at. But typically with the PECS system, you'll have I want and then the desired item. Right now, she is basically just using that picture system independently where she places the picture on the board in the correct spot. And then I know what she wants. And then again, I will deliver the item that she requests. This is a drink. The third step is discriminating pictures. Now, this is why I said she was in a small field of 3, because when we do that, we discriminate between a field. So now she actually has to attend to all the pictures. Not only is she having to place the picture in exchange for the desired item, she's now having to discriminate the field of other pictures. She has a small field because she's just learning how to do this. And then if we want, as time goes on, I can increase her field to more and more pictures. I have these pictures available for her in her book to choose from, which I'll kind of add them on the front periodically. But right now she's in a field of 3. So she discriminates and looks at each picture and says, okay, no, I don't need to go to the bathroom. I want a drink. So she'll take the picture of the drink and she'll place it up here. And that would be the discrimination phase, which is the one we're kind of typically in right now. The other 3 phases I will go over. The next one is sentence structure, which is actually completing the I want portion of the PECS system. So on this box, we're starting to kind of condition it. So I have the I want ... which is the signal of her forming a sentence. We don't know at her level or capability. She might not be able to understand the full sentences, but it's still a good idea, especially because she's not obviously the only client I serve with these kind of boards. I have a lot of clients that have that receptive language that they have mastered the receptive part, but we're still working on the expressive part. So this is a good aid for them to start making those sentences. Step 5 would be responding to the question, what do you want? So when I ask the question, what do you want? They will form the sentence, I want drink. And then I'll be like, oh, good, asking and telling me you want, or telling me you want, I want a drink. Let me give you a drink. And then I will give them the drink. The final step of the PECS system is the response and spontaneous commenting, which is a very higher thinking because it's answering not only the I want question, but what do you see? what do you have, where do you want to go. So it's a lot more commenting and back and forth conversation skills a lot of my kids haven't quite mastered yet. Typically, we use these clients more, at least at my clinic, on the nonverbal side, because we really try to push, if you have that spontaneous verbal communication, to really kind of shape those sounds and sound approximations. But for kids who are really struggling with that, having these visuals as a form of communication and then pairing it with the language is always a huge help for my kids. PECS, I really recommend for a lot of clients. Like I said in the beginning, it can be used for all age groups, either from nonverbal to fully speaking, and just kind of an aid if they struggle with that I want expressive stuff. Even if they have the vocal communication, having this as an aid to help them. I know I discussed a lot, and there's a lot to talk about, but I'm a really huge advocate of the PECS system. And if there's any questions, feel free to comment below. Thank you.